What's up YouTube fragrance family, Tommy with Studio Sense here with another video review of a fragrance that didn't quite make it to the US when it was launched in 2021. Now this fragrance was launched from the German house of Joop. It is from their original flagship fragrance called Joop Homme for men, and it is Joop Homme Eau De Parfum. Now the Eau De Parfum version again was launched in about midway through 2021, but I finally got my hands on it, and when we come back we're going to take a closer look at this Eau De Parfum version of the original Eau de Toilette. We'll do a little bit of a comparison because we can't help but to do that. That and more is coming your way, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. Today's video we're going to be taking a closer look at a new release. Well, it's not really a new release. It was released about midway through 2021 by the German designer house Joop. This is known as the pink fragrance for men. When it was launched, there were posters of men in pink. Pink is the new cool. I, for one, wasn't a big fan of Joop Homme, and I'm still not a huge fan of the fragrance. It either doesn't agree with my skin chemistry or I just don't like the fragrance straight up. It is their flagship fragrance, so it's still being produced, so there's apparently a market for it. But I'm really interested today in checking out the new release of Joop Homme Eau De Parfum, the Eau De Parfum version of the original, which was again released in 1989. Now I will say about the original, it does have kind of a uniqueness about it. It doesn't really smell like a 1989 fragrance. So in that instance, it is quite ahead of its time. Let's go ahead, before we talk about the fragrance or the formula, let's check out the presentation. Now you notice the box is like a bronze. It's got a slight gradient into a darker brown or bronze. The lettering of Joop Homme and Eau De Parfum is in gold. It is a 4.9 fluid ounce or 125 ml bottle. On the one side of the box you've got Joop and the address information. If you flip it over to the other side, you've got some additional information along with the ingredients listing. And then on the back there's nothing. It doesn't feature anything on the back. On the very bottom of the box is the batch code of 1194, QR code, and your UPC, warning label, and some other stickers there. That's pretty much it for the box itself. Once we open the box and pull out the bottle, I will say I really do like this presentation. They haven't changed anything about the presentation since the original release. The bottle, which is kind of like an oval or half moon shape, it's like half of a circle that is slightly rounded on the end that would typically be flat if you cut the circle in half. The bottle itself is just really cool looking. The sides are slightly beveled. Bottom of the bottle, we've got a little bit of a sticker there along with that 1194 batch code. And I do like that darker bronze color along with the gold lettering, Joop Homme and Eau De Parfum on the front of the bottle. Cap itself is plastic. The bottle is a really thick, heavy glass, and you've got the gold lettering along with the kind of a bronze to medium brown color of the juice itself, which gives us an idea that this one's going to be a little bit richer. I know they're going to bump up like the cashmere and the vanilla. In fact, let's talk a little bit about the formula. What is in Joop Homme Eau De Parfum? Joop Homme Eau De Parfum features top notes of bergamot, cinnamon, and hazelnut, with heart notes of orange blossom, heliotrope, cardamom, and fir needle or balsam, resting on a base of tonka bean absolute, vanilla, sandalwood, moss, cashmere, and vetiver. So we see the difference in the original formula, and in this one is some of the heart notes are moving into the top, some of the top notes moving into the heart. The only thing that stayed the same in the top is bergamot. We've replaced orange blossom and lemon with cinnamon and hazelnut in the top of this formula. Orange blossom moved into the heart along with heliotrope, cardamom, and fir balsam. And then we've got that nice, rich, sweet base of tonka bean absolute, creamy vanilla, sandalwood, moss, cashmere, and vetiver. So I'm really looking forward to trying this out. Let's check out the juice. The atomizer is gold and it's pretty large. Can't miss it. Sprays a nice, good bit of juice. Covers a very wide area too, so this atomizer is of good quality. Right off the bat, I really like the open of Joop Homme Eau De Parfum. It's got a very fresh burst of, it's actually a really interesting combination of citrus, a little bit of citrus in the bergamot there, and then you get an spicy combination of cinnamon and hazelnut is an interesting open for this. So you get a little bit of bergamot there, just very little, but primarily it actually freshens that cinnamon, almost makes it like minty, which would tend to make you think of a cold weather fragrance, right? This is designed to be a signature scent, so don't make the mistake of thinking this is a cold weather fragrance. Sure, you can wear it in cold weather, but it has all the earmarks of a signature scent. But I do like it better than the original. The combination of orange blossom and heliotrope in the heart is what harkens back to the original 1989 formula. So it still has that kind of almost floral sweet, but not too sweet. So that's the difference between this one and the original, is this one I don't think is too sweet. It's not overtly done, and it doesn't enter into that area of sourness that I don't like in the original. So far anyway, at least off a tester strip. I'm going to go ahead and try it out on skin. I'm going to let this dry down on my arm a little bit, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts on Joop Homme Eau De Parfum. I think Joop Homme Eau De Parfum is a solid fragrance. It is light years better than the original. So what they've done, the primary difference now, and you're going to see this in a lot of men's fragrances, as actually we've seen in a lot of men's fragrance releases over the last couple of years, is kind of an increase in the use of sandalwood, vanilla, cashmere, and tonka bean, or kind of a mix of coumarin, cardamom, tonka bean, vanilla, sandalwood. Those are going to be in pretty much all men's fragrance. It adds a little bit of velvety smoothness. There can be a contrast of some roughness in there as well. It gives the fragrance texture, it gives it weight, it gives it some warmth, and it makes it a bit more masculine. So in essence, Joop Homme Eau De Parfum is a lot more accessible. It is a lot more viable as a solid fragrance than is its predecessor, the original. This, I feel like it has a bit more of a seductive or sexy quality to it. I think it's doing an admirable job with staying true to the original formula. It's very reminiscent of that, but it takes all the things that I don't like about it and removes them and replaces them with some much more accessible, and again, I keep using that word, but much more viable as a man's modern fragrance. It's a lot more modern, and I think it's dramatically better than the original as a result. You can now wear this in cooler weather, and it's appropriate. You can wear it pretty much any occasion. It's going to be safe for work. It's going to be great for date night. It's an all-around decently solid signature scent. Kudos to Joop for doing so. I don't know again why it didn't make it into the US, but you can order it online. It's relatively inexpensive. You can get it for under 40 bucks in most cases, and for 125 mil, to me, I think that's a really good deal. Well guys, that's it for my quick take and my first impressions of Joop Homme Eau De Parfum. If you've had an opportunity to purchase the fragrance or try out a sample, let me know what your thoughts are on the fragrance. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out today's video, and as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.